Alright, this part shouldn't be too hard. I'm going to make a new video. You could watch the old video there, but it's going to disappear. But we're going to be making the 206-6-38 slide. There's a few things I learned since the last time I did this, why I'm making a new video. And so we're going to go with this 2.12 square by 3.75 long. So this part right here is going to be square. We're trying to get that view added to it. It's going to have these slots in the side that are 0.38 deep and they're 0.5 tall. So that's what we're looking at. You find that in Schoology and the Onshape Basics. Alright, so I hope you have that open, and we'll go from there. So this is what the part will look like, but I'm going to go ahead and start a new drawing. You should have this drawing in your classes, and you go from there. Mine, I can't access it the same way you do, so I'm going to go here and just create a new one. 206-6-38. Oh, here, let me show you something else you can do. Right, before you get started, you can click on labels right here and click this new one, and you can create a thing that says Onshape Basics, or just call it Basics or something like that, and it'll separate all your stuff as you draw it, so you can go back and find it later per thing. That's an easy thing to do. If you look, I've created one that's here's Basics, and I've got another section view, auxiliary views. So if I went into Basics, so I'm going to actually create this document and I'm going to put it in Basics. If you have that option, you can. 206-6-38, and this is a slide. Alright, and I'm going to add it to my Basics. Alright, and I'll create this drawing. So it's going to create the new thing here, and we're going to remember that was a 2.12 square. So on this right side, I'm going to right click and click New Sketch. And it's going to give me the sketch option right there, and I like to look at the end of them when I see it, so I'm going to right click and click View Normal To, and we're going to come up and look for a square right here. So the first video, I probably did it this way, a corner rectangle, but this one we're going to use center rectangle. You can also hit R on your keyboard. It's a shortcut key, or a hotkey, and I'm just going to put this in here, and then I'm going to add a dimension that says this is 2.12, and I'll do the equals constraint and say that those two are equal to one another, so that gets that finished, that sketch, and I'm going to extrude this. Now when I extrude this, I'm going to click on this and extrude it in both directions, and I'm going to give it that distance of 3.75. Alright, so I got the length that I want. I'm not doing anything else. So now I'll check that. Alright, and I'm going to right click on the end here, click New Sketch again, and I'll view Normal To on that sketch plane right there. Right click, View Normal To, so I can look right at the end of it. Now this time I'm going to change this, and I am going to do a corner rectangle and click and hold and put that about there like that. I'm going to click and hold and put that one about there like that. Alright, now what I want to do is I want to put this midpoint here onto there. So I'm going to click midpoint. So I'm going to constrain this midpoint. So I want that midpoint right there. And then the next thing you have to do is click the two ends. So I'm going to click the end, and that puts the midpoint of that line on there. So that works out perfectly for us. The overall height of that was 0.5. The depth of that was 0.38. So that's how big that one is. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to click the midpoint of that one and go from that endpoint to this endpoint, and it constrains those two things, and you can move it around by holding down your mouse key, so you can kind of pan. You zoom in and out using the wheel, and I can right click, hold down the right thing, and move that around this way, but I'm going to look right back at this right there. Okay, so that's how you do those things. I'm holding down the mouse wheel and those things like that, kind of maneuver around. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to constrain this. I'm going to say equals. I'm going to say I want that one and that one to be equal, and I want this one and this one to be equal. So now they're the same size, and those dimensions dictate that. So I should be able to go in here. If I wanted to change it, I could click on this one and change this to 0.7, and you'll see that both of them change. Alright, so now 0.5. So now I'm going to finish that sketch. Click on this little corner right here. I'm going to see those two little things. I'm going to click extrude. I'm going to click this one and this one. I'm going to change this so it goes through all, and I want to remove it so it goes in the other direction and remove those. Alright, So now we've removed that. That's what our part should look like. Now, if I don't like these things here that I can see, my sketch planes, you can just click on those right there to turn them off. So you don't have to see them if you don't want them. A lot of times they get confusing if they're in the way when you get started. But anyway, now that we're there, we've already saved this. It's saved up on the cloud. We'll right click on it and we're going to go to create drawing of this part. Okay, so most of the time you're going to want to pick some kind of thing, click four views. What you probably want to do at this point, you probably only have this one that says ANSI A8 inch, and you can change this and go in here and select metric ones, or if you just click the ANSI ones and just wanted just the ANSI ones, or you could do the ISO ones. For our purpose, we're not going to use ISO at all. We'll only use the ANSI, and we'll only use these right here. And it's good enough to do ANSI inch or B. You know, if you wanted to do B, you could do C and D if you wanted to also. I think I just have those right there. I don't even know which ones I've selected off the bat. So I'm just going to click the ANSI inch AD a DWT right there, and I'm gonna click four views and let it do the work for me. So it goes through this whole thing, creating the drawing, and it puts the drawing in place with the scale that about what we want it to be. And this one has no hidden lines on it, so I'm gonna right click show hidden lines, and there's no hidden lines to be seen on this one, but you could right click and click show hidden lines, and you'll see that it's not going to be different. This one will do the same. You'll see it shows the hidden lines, but it will also not be different. It should be right. Then we're going to do some dimensions. We'll put some dimensions on here, and a dimension the overall length of this part right here, 0.375. And I realized really quickly that it's got 3 decimal places, so I'm going to change that by clicking on the little drawing properties button right there, that little wrench. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to change this to 2 decimal places. My tolerance precision, I'll leave pretty much right now. I'm going to leave everything the way that it is, but you can go in there and change a lot of different things, a lot of settings when we do this. And for right now, we're just going to leave it the way it is. We could change this to 0.12 if we wanted to. It changed the size of those arrowheads a little bit. Text height 0.12 is good. Our views, we're going to leave just everything the way it is until we're ready to start making some custom things, and that'll be it. Alright, so I'm going to finish that. I'm going to click this right here and get this. So now I got my overall length, my overall width, and I'm going to get my overall height right here from here to here. So that's 0.12, and I'm going to try to line those up by using that little red mark there so that looks smooth. Alright, the rest is going to happen over here in this view. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click from, put a dimension on this line right here, and I'm going to put that about like this. And what I don't like is I hit escape one time on the keyboard. I want that right there to be on that end point. No, I don't. I'm going to leave it just the way it was. Undo that. I'm going to go right back to here like that. I thought that would change that. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. But then since it was centered on there, we could just go in here and do this. You can just put this one in like this. That's absolutely acceptable. Sometimes you would put this in like this also. So we're going to put that right there. You can do that one, even though it's not a number there, but that does help a machinist if he's trying to figure that out. Alright, that should be what the part looks like. Let me get out of this. I want to double click this. I just want to double check something real quick. I just want to see. Nope, if that's going to change it, I don't want to do it. I'm going to leave that right there like this. Alright, let me try something else while you're watching. I'm going to click this endpoint and that endpoint and do it this way. That's probably the preferred way to do it. You should do it like that because you really want to have that gap right there. That gap separates the part, the object lines from the dimension line. And this is your dimension line, or this is the dimension line, this is the extension line, those right there. Your arrowheads and your dimensions themselves. So that'll be that there. So now it should have your name right here, and it should have the date that you created the drawing. We're going to click on one of these right here. I'm going to double click, hit escape twice. So I'm going to click the top one here. I'm going to backspace over that, and I'm going to change this to the part name. You are allowed to use lowercase letters in the title, but most of the time we don't. In the drawing part up there, it's always capital letters. Notice they're all capital letters over here in this part. But the title can be a lowercase if you wanted it to. And then we're going to change this right here. That's the part number, 206-6-38. These part numbers are going to become important later on in the school year for you guys in the engineering class. All right, that should be it. I'm going to double click this. Now in Schoology, we're going to do this. I am going to change this because I'm going to want you to submit everything there. So we're going to go here. We'll come down to print, and it creates a PDF file of that. So you're going to have to download your PDF file. All right, so it downloads your PDF file, and what I would do is I would go to your desktop, on your desktop, and create a name folder right there. So click this and change it to your name so you have that all the time. And oops. So use your name. I'm going to use Onshape Basics, which you could do that too. But usually I tell everybody keep it so they're on their name file. That way you can take this with you when you leave. You just grab your name file, put it on a thumb drive, and leave, and be done with it. So we're going to call it 206-6. Oops. 206-6-38 slide, and that's where that'll be. All right, I'm in there. Okay, that's good. All right, so I created that. I'm done this video. We'll move on to the next one.